Okie dokie. Welcome if you're here. If you're not here, then you aren't here. And there's nothing to be done about that. Let me just share this out. Get as many people up in the piece as we can. Should I send it? I don't know how to invite people. Just invite everybody, right? Anyway, we're talking Stranger Things. This is the first season here. I don't think you're going to be surprised by anything in the first season of Stranger Things, right? But that's what we're doing today. We're talking Stranger Things. So if you've seen it, if you like it, if you don't like it, feel free to share. I'm going to be keeping a tally, too, if you want to rate it 1 out of 10. 1 through 10. 10 being the highest, of course. We're not doing golf rules. Anyway, I'm just inviting some people in to the group. The coterie, as they say. I guess I'll just invite the first people that pop up here. Right? How was everyone's day today? All doing good? Checking it out, fam. If you want to help me share it to peeps, by all means, because we're going to be getting rolling here. I got some questions if you want to get started with questions. What is your favorite part of Stranger Things thus far? If you have a favorite part, what is it? I would say mine. Ooh, favorite part. Gosh, I mean, I don't want to go into the fourth one just yet, just in case there's noobs in here. We'll save the fourth season just till a little later. The favorite part so far would be Mikey from the Goonies. You know, when he sacrificed himself. You know, that would be a unlikely hero or the everyman hero kind of moment. But you know, I just love Mikey and Samwise Gamgee. Let me be real with you. Honestly, the whole Lord of the Rings series rests on the back of Samwise Gamgee, if you really break it down. The dude's an icon. So, I think they did a good job. And spoiler alert, they did bring Robert Englund in on the fourth season just for a small part. So, that would be another one, too. I just like that. They didn't get where they are without being propped up by the establishment of John Carpenter and the works of the earlier horror flicks. All right, just send this out a few more times here. And again, so what is your favorite part? I'm sorry if I overshadowed anyone's response. But favorite part, favorite character, talking, did I just get... I think I just got a request to go co-host, but we're going to neglect that. Hey, what's up, Noah? What's your favorite part of Stranger Things? Take your time. We're still warming up. No spoilers yet, though, Noah. Don't be a killjoy right away. I'm sure everyone hasn't seen the fourth season yet. We'll start killing it in 20 minutes or so. We'll start slashing up the fourth season. I remember when the first season came out, it was dope as hell, you know, because they're kids riding their bikes. That's like such an old idea. In the neighborhood, riding bikes, come home when the sun goes down, you know, playing board games, and you know, nobody plays board games. I love board games. Doing the Dungeons and Dragons, I never did that, but it was cool, just the old 80s references, you know, there's He-Man references. They show some of the toys that we had when we were kids and all, too. So this is really just for our generation growing up and being like that. Maybe before my generation, just slightly, but you know what I'm saying. We grew up with the same stuff just a little bit later. We were on the echo of it, for sure. But so you're still here, Noah. What's your favorite part? What's your favorite part of Hunger Games? Stranger Things. What's your favorite character? Oh, I won't. It's between you and me, homie. I mean, except everybody that comes in and sees you on here, they're gonna. I can't help that. All right. Appreciate it. Favorite character? I love Hopper. Right, Hops. He would be what is known as the tragic hero, although without any spoilers, he's not a true tragic hero, because in that third season, he did perish in that Russian base. And I do want to get into it, too, a little bit, too, like what was the third and second season? I'm having difficulty separating them in my mind. I know that Will was retrieved in the first season. That's not news to anybody. The second season, though, he had the possession going on. The third season, there was a Russian base at the end. That's where I'm at, right, as far as piecing it all together. But Hops here, he I'm sorry, spoilers, but he didn't make it through the end of the third season. So he was the tragic hero. He did a great job with all that. He's definitely one of my favorite characters, as well as Dustin. He's good for a lot. I mean, just really awesome entertainment from Dustin. He sings. He's a wild character. And then later on, I like Steve. But in this season, first season, Steve kind of is a real joke. You know what I'm saying? All right, so favorite part, favorite season. So far, I like the fourth season the best. Sorry to say, you know. Favorite song from the old Stranger Things. What is the favorite song from the old? And I got a playlist here too. When we start getting into it, I'll hit the old playlist. But so far, I got to go with the Tarzan Boy song. That's the oh 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 oh. Yeah, so that was in the fourth season. That's a great song. But also Kiss, you know, they've just got a great soundtrack. I'm not a fan of the Kate Bush song. It's everywhere, running up that hill or whatever it's called. But it's there, you know, so that's part of it. That is part of it. What's up, John, if you're here? Sorry if I missed you. I'm not spoiling anything, so you can still hang out. We're talking basically 1 through 3, not spoiling. Until about 20 minutes in, we might, well, 30 minutes in, we'll start spoiling stuff. You know what I'm saying? You hear this in the background? I got a little Stranger Things loop going over here. Which actually brings me to another point, is like the anxiety of Stranger Things is like the ongoing feeling, right? It like gives you, you're like, oh shit, I'm on the edge of my seat. Buckle up. Okay, so anyway, if you're coming in, if you want to rate the show 1 through 10, 10 being the best, I got a list here. We can get a rating on it. Favorite season, favorite part, favorite character. Do you have a favorite song in this, John? Do you have a crush? What character would you be? I would be Steve Harrington for sure. Because I was a jerk, but I'm not so much of a jerk as I used to be. That's what I think. Truthfully. I was borderline Billy. Remember Billy? Did you watch the third season? It was at the second season. Shit. That was the second season. Billy was the second season. I was borderline Billy there for a second. It's hard to remember everything. To get it all straight. You'd be Hopper. You would be Hopper. John Hopper. Yeah, no, he starts from the very beginning. He's like the underdog, the everyman. You know, and then he ends up being the tragic hero in, I think, the third season. But yeah, Hops is a good dude. Good stuff, man. Okay, to hit this off, it's a little ratchet. Now I'm going to hit the old Stranger Things playlist here. Starting with some Detroit Rock City. Crunchy. Okay, just keep it all from the distance. Yeah, so where were we here? Okay, so this is season 1, nothing to fucking shit your pants over. Stranger Things, we got who? Oh, wait, hold on. Why do you watch Stranger Things? That's an interesting one for me. I watch Stranger Things because I feel like there's a lot of subtext in there, you know, and as far as like, they go basically to hell, right? They go to hell all the time, which is the upside down or whatever. I'm always curious of like Netflix, they send everybody to hell. And I'm so curious, like, what's going on in hell that's so interesting? You know, they never send anybody to heaven. They just send people to hell all the damn time. So it does have that kind of John Carpenter childhood thing. I was a big fan of Nightmare on Elm Street, so fucking fourth season's right down my alley. Anyway, I watched it all in one day. And so I watched Stranger Things because why? It's reminiscent, nostalgic. It's got a good soundtrack. It's got good characters. These kids are so young in this first season, too. Should I turn that brightness up? It was daylight and it was overcast, but social conditioning, right? Yeah, it's there. It's available. Everybody's like a hive mind. They're all doing the same thing anyway. But these kids grow up so much, and that was like, what, 4 or 5 years now. So to go back and see them, they're just itty-bitty right now. And Winona Ryder, right? I fucking had a crush on her for a long time. She was a hottie. That was going back to like Beetlejuice. Right? Beetlejuice and, what was the other Winona Ryder, John, we watched as a kid? I don't know, but she dated Keanu for a long time. Alright, so. What else, I would say, what else does it remind you of? Yeah. What else does it remind you of? Like I said, John Carpenter soundtracks throughout the entire thing. That synth, chum, 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 chum. It's very good, John Carpenter. He did all of those old school horrors and whatnot. You know, just, I would say, there's nothing else as far as kids, though. What is that Monster Hunter one? Those fucking kids. Probably Monster Hunter? I don't know. Is that different? I just watched a different one called Monster Hunter with Mila Jovovich. That's like real monsters, though. The Monster Club? What was it? Shit, fuck. It just was in my head now. Goonies. I guess that's, yeah. So it's very reminiscent of Goonies. And of course they brought Mikey in, so the Goonies reference is there. Monster Squad. Thank you, sir. Yeah, Monster Squad. So there's the kind of, that was an old trope, you know? If it wasn't like Three Ninjas, you got the Goonies, you got the Monster Squad. So nostalgic of all of that. I don't know if they do stuff like that anymore. Probably maybe like Shark Girl and Lava Boy or whatever. Or is it Lava Boy and Shark Girl? Did I say the same thing twice in different ways? It? I didn't watch It. You know what? The thing about It... I did watch Stand By Me, though. The thing about It, it was like really drawn out. I thought it was going to be like a horror movie, right? Six Fingers. Yeah, definitely, you know, for... How about you, Tom Hanks? Yeah, what was they saying? Tom Hanks, you son of a bitch. I thought it was going to be a horror movie, but it wasn't all horror. It was like an emotional thing, and then it was like, not suspense. It was like unsettling. What is that called? It was just, you know, it's not down my alley. I don't like being just unsettled all the time. It's very, like, not comfortable. Okay, we're gonna buzz somebody that's coming in. Russell, who do you relate to in Stranger Things? I see you, Russell, you scoundrel. You're not getting away that easy. And if you're still here, what would you rate Stranger Things 1 to 10? I would probably give it overall. It's up there. It's like an 8, 8.5 even. Although I have qualms. You're going to find out the qualms. If you want to get into subtext, context, and conspiracy, I'm all about that shit later. We got to kill another 10 minutes before we get too dark, too shady. What was I saying? Right. Do you think it's scary? That's another prompt. Do you think it's scary? Oh, we got to write down John's here. 8.5 on the rating. That's 2 8.5s. John, did you just copy me? 8.5 twice. 8.5. And I'll tell you why. One reason why it's not higher. The continuity suffers. There are issues in continuity. And also, I'm going to go right to the list here. I made a whole list. Fucking hey. You better believe it. I do feel like it lacks a little bit of substance, that it has a crutch in the fact that why in these shows they don't have strong father figures? Like, that's my biggest qualm. I just picked this first season up again. I watched the whole 4th season. I picked up the first season. Why are there no strong father figures in these shows? You know what they got? What is Mike's name? Nancy Wheeler. Mike Wheeler. Okay, so Mike and Nancy's dad is such a numbskull. He's like a loaf of nothing. He's a nothing character. He's Chuffa. He's a fodder character. He gives nothing to the show. He's got no personality. He's just there, kind of like the brain-dead dad from Coraline. That's him. So, I mean, from the very beginning, Mike and Nancy's dad is a nothing. Jonathan and Will's dad is a deadbeat. Then you got Hopper. You know, he's a widow. I don't know, what do you call that when you lost your kid? I don't know, there's a word for it, I'm sure. And he's kind of an alcoholic and a chain smoker. And, he shows up to work late the first episode. He's not all there. I would say the strongest father character in this show would be Lucas's dad. Because especially later on, you see, they've got... Lucas's sister is like one of the smartest characters in the whole show. I would say Dustin's girl... What is her name? Susie. Susie and Lucas's little sister. The two smartest characters in this whole show. And so I would say Lucas's dad is the only one you can really put any credit on. Ineffectual father figures and abusive male role models, like the whole Papa thing. They just love doing that. So, I mean, it lacks substance, and you got this crutch of, I don't know, this postmodernism. Oh, Salty, take care, buddy. Yeah, you want to rate the show before you leave? Before you leave, 1 through 10, you got to rate Stranger Things for me. Do I look like De Niro? No. He was a good role model. If you see him, too, he's like, later on, the 4th season, you haven't seen it. I know, I'm not going to ruin anything. But he's just like, he's a sturdy character. He's probably the only decent dad in the whole show I've seen. It's rough. It's fucking rough. The other thing, this was actually interesting. This is like a sidebar comment here. I'm scrolling through the news articles, and it says, please don't get number tattoos on your arm. They had to write an article telling people or requesting that people don't get number tattoos on their arm because it's dehumanizing. They're cataloging people by number. That's from the 1940s and shit, 1950s. And straight out of fascism, they got numbers on their arms, so that they realized there was people getting tattoos of numbers on their arms, and it's not. So again, the culture of cataloging humans and fuck, it gets a little hairy there. Okay, so that's why it's not an 8 higher than 8.5. You haven't seen it yet. That's okay if you haven't seen the newest season. Yeah. But God bless you, sir. Thank you for stopping by. I love you. I got a list of things. This is going to get conspiracy in about 10 minutes. So I'm holding back the dam because I got a whole bunch of conspiracy shit here about the show. Because I believe that when the broadcasters, when they write this shit, they have a certain thing in mind. And they're trying to get you into a lower frequency. Oh, hold on. Here we go.